Hey guys, welcome to English Mania. We continue our intermediate grammar and we continue talking about modal verbs. And today we're going to talk about the difference between must and have to, and also we're going to talk about should. So stay tuned. Let's first talk about have to, and it has different forms, and in positive it will have like in present two forms like have to or has to. For example, he has to wear a uniform. In negative, it will use the auxiliary verb from the present simple tense. Doesn't, don't or doesn't. He doesn't have to wear a uniform. And in the question, we put it at the beginning. Does he have to wear a uniform? And the answers will be yes, he does, and no, he doesn't. And I want to remind you that have to is not considered as a modal verb. So we need to, it doesn't form questions, negative sentences on its own. And we need auxiliary verbs like do, does, did, have, so on, to make negatives, in the present and in the past. So do you have to get up early tomorrow? We can't say, have you to get up tomorrow? No, it's not possible. It's not right. Did you have to change the sound card? We don't have to stay until the end. So we use other auxiliary verbs. Then we can use have to in all verb forms like present, past, like perfect tenses, gerund, and infinitives. I don't like having to get up early. She's had to work at the weekends since she started working. I had to cancel the meeting. Also, it is used to describe the obligation, a rule, and something that is necessary. You have to drive on the left in England. I'll have to get up early tomorrow. The exam is at 8. Also, in spoken English, we can use form like have got to instead of have to. For example, I can stay. I've got to go to the supermarket. Now let's talk about must. Must is a modal verb, so it forms positive, negative, and question on its own. We must call early. We mustn't call early. Must we call early? Yes, we must. No, we mustn't. And we use it to describe something that the speaker thinks is necessary to do. You must eat less candy. I must try to do more exercise. And also we can use it to express the strong advice. You must see the new film. It's amazing. And let's talk about the use. So what is the difference between must or have to? Must has only a present form. So all other verb forms we need to use have. Like you will have to come with me. We had to drive very fast. Like future, past, perfect forms, infinitives, have to. Also, we normally use have to for questions. Like with must, they are not that common. Like, do I have to sit here? And regarding the meaning, sometimes there is a little difference, between have to and must. Like I must go to the hospital or I have to go to the hospital. So what is the difference? Have to we use when the obligation is external, like someone told us to do that. And must, we talk about internal obligation, when the obligation comes from the opinion of the speaker. For example, we have to get up early tomorrow. The meeting is at 9, so it is external obligation. We must get up early tomorrow if we want to finish painting. It's the speaker's opinion, like internal obligation. I decide for myself. You have to wear a suit at the meeting. It's a rule of the company. External. You must buy a new suit for the meeting. It's my opinion. Then, between must and don't have to, there is a huge difference because they are like opposite. We use don't have to when we don't need to do something, like absence of necessity. No obligation, absence of obligation, absence of necessity. And we use must to talk about prohibition when it is strongly prohibited to do something. You mustn't wait here. It's not allowed. Yeah, it is prohibited. You don't have to wait here. Like you can do it, but it's not necessary. Also, instead of mustn't, we can use can't or be not allowed to. You mustn't smoke in this area, or you are not allowed to. You can't smoke in this area. Children mustn't eat chewing gum. Children can't eat chewing gum, or children are not allowed to eat chewing gum. As for should and shouldn't, yeah, we use should to give advice or the opinion about what we think is right or wrong. You should go to a therapist. I think schools shouldn't offer soft drinks to their students. And if we're talking about advice, yeah, should is not as strong as must or have to. Yeah, like you should be patient with me. Yeah, that's just the regular advice. But you must be patient with me. It's the strong advice. Also, there is such a modal verb as ought to, and it is similar as should. Ought to has the same meaning as should, yeah, although it is more formal and not as common. So you ought to go to a therapist, or you should go to a therapist. Yeah, the meaning is the same. And let's summarize everything that we covered in the table. So if you want to talk about external obligation, you should use have to. I have to lose weight. Yeah, someone told me. Internal obligation, if you want to tell internal obligation, you should use must. Yeah, I must lose weight. Like I decided. When we talk about prohibition, we use mustn't. You mustn't wait here. Yeah, it's not allowed. When we talk about when there is no obligation, we can use don't have to. You don't have to wait here. It's not necessary. And as for advice, if we use strong advice, we use must. Yeah, you must be patient with me. It's a strong advice. And if we use should and ought to, yeah, that's just the regular advice. You should be patient with me. Yeah, that was it about differences between must and have to. Also, we covered should and ought to. And now you have some time to practice. The link for online exercises is in the captions below the video. I wish you luck and see you in the next videos. Bye-bye.